Hi, welcome to CBug's Records. These are the new arrivals for the week of February 19th. Please like and subscribe, and thank you if you already did. This week, everything came from one lot. I haven't been able to buy a big lot in a while, and this wasn't really big. This was what I'd call medium size. There were about 130 of them. I found them on Facebook Marketplace. I saw it was on for about an hour, which can actually be a long time. I didn't think I'd be able to get it after that. But it looked good. So when it looks really good, I just take a chance. I don't bother asking about condition or availability. I just said, if it's available, I'll take it. Thank you. So it was about 130 for $120. So, pretty good deal. I saw some ones that looked really good, so took a shot. I think I did very well. So I'm not going to show you all of them because it would take too long, but I'm going to go through several of them. I'm going to start with some of them are very common ones. So I'm just going to go through these really quickly. Let's see, we got a couple Loverboy. These are all going to be between $4 and maybe $8 would be the most. A couple Bad Company, a couple Alan Parsons projects, a couple Neil Young, see Squeeze, East Side Story, the Turtles, Greatest Hits, the Hollies, What Goes Around. The Hollies, just seriously guessing this is from the 80s because it's looking very 80s. Roy Orbison Collection, 20 Original Hits. Rant and Rave with the Stray Cats. Nazareth, Hair of the Dog. War, The World is a Ghetto. Let's see, a few more. Thin Lizzy, Renegade. Taco, After 8. This is the one with Putting on the Ritz. And they're all like that. They're all the remakes, kind of 80s remakes of very old songs. Heart, Baby Lestrange. Am I saying that right? Hold on. Yeah, Baby Lestrange. Let's see. The next group is going to be a little more. These will probably be worth probably between 8 and 12, somewhere in there. So we got the B-52's Mesonomia. Now this one I thought would be worth a little more. I had to look this one up. It's 1982. Now the B-52s didn't become really famous until 1989 with Love Shack. Generally when that happens, the older records are more valuable because in 1989, if people got into the B-52s and wanted to buy older things, they would buy CDs, they wouldn't buy records. But I was kind of surprised. It's not worth that much. It'll probably be around, $10, $11, something like that. Billy Idol, the first one. This is the one with White Wedding. This is a fun album. Same thing, $11, $12. This is kind of an interesting one. It's called Brimstone and Treacle, and it's a movie soundtrack. And the movie starred Sting. It was 1982. Most of the songs, about half the songs are Sting. There's a couple Police songs. And there's also We Got to Beat by the Go-Go's, which also came out in 82. So they probably released that on their album and this. I have never heard of this movie, but the album's pretty good. A couple live Bob Seger, 9 Tonight, and Live Bullet, double live albums. All these are in really nice shape, by the way. Let's see, Creedence, the Royal Albert Hall Concert, single album, very good album. Now we're going to move into the best ones, the more expensive ones. And this first one was on the picture, and this is really why I jumped at it. Kiss, Ace Frehley solo album. Now, this is the one I've been looking for. This completes the set for me. Now I have all 4 solo albums, all with the posters. And the posters are what really makes this. So the Ace is more expensive than the others, I assume, because it has New York Groove, the only one that was a real hit. So I'll probably have about 35 on this. As I said, it has the poster, which makes it go way up. So I'm very happy to have this one. Peter Criss, same thing. They're both in the sleeves, and they both have the poster. Probably around 25 on this one. I do have another copy, but happy to have it. And this one really surprised me. Peter Criss, Out of Control. This is 1980, so this is right when Peter Criss released, left the band and released an album. It's not great, but for Kiss fans, it's probably going to be a must-have because it's hard to find, and I was surprised how much it's worth. So probably have around 30 on this. We have a few Devo. We have Devo Live, New Traditionalists, and Freedom of Choice. Now they're all going to be probably around 18 each. Devo's is a band that has aged well. Devo never, it seems like they never really had a place. They were just always so different. So for a while they would be called punk and then new wave or whatever. But it seems like people really kind of get into them now. So they're worth a little more. And something that's worth a little less these days is Frank Zappa. Now, Frank Zappa used to be on the real upper tier as far as how valuable these records are. These went down. This will be probably about 16, whereas Zappa records at one point were in the 20s or 30s. We have Creedence. This is their first album. It's not in perfect shape. There is a visible surface scratch. And when I say surface scratch, it means you can see it, but you can't feel it, and it does not affect the music at all. So it sounds great. There's a name written on it that takes away, but it's also, it's the first one. So this is going to be worth something. I got to do a little more research on it, but I'm guessing somewhere around 22. This is an interesting one. The Cars, Live in the 21st Century. This is a unauthorized album from 1978 concert. When I say unauthorized, I don't think it's a bootleg. I'm guessing it was something that there was a radio show or something. Sometimes they had concerts on the radio. That's what I'm guessing this is. I can't find this anywhere. There's none on eBay. An unauthorized one can't be seen on Discogs. So I'm kind of flying blind on this one. I'm going to start around 40, see what happens. Maybe an internet one. And last, this is pretty interesting. Joe Jackson, Look Sharp, very common record, but it is signed by Joe Jackson. And I love the signature. It says, "Cheers, Joe Jackson, okay?" Question mark. It almost seemed like someone was bugging him. He didn't want to sign because he doesn't sign much. This is not authenticated. This makes it truly hard. I've looked at it. It seems to match, but what do I know? Joe Jackson signed albums go for quite a bit. There's a few that sold for about $90. I'm not sure what to do with this. I don't think it's worth trying to get it authenticated. So maybe I'll go for about 30, and then that might be an internet sale too. So, the $120 for this, and, a lot of other things too, but I'm just not going to put on a video. So it's so hard to find lots during the winter, so I was so happy to get it. So, there's going to be a lot of new stuff. Hope to see you in here. Thank you so much.